Hello, I'm Jim Chapman. I'm setting out to understand so-called investment items, how they're made, who makes them, and ultimately if that makes them worth the killer price tag.
You can genuinely tell the difference.
This series is an attempt to uncover whether less is truly more when it comes to staying stylish. And with a buying guide at the end of every episode, it's here to help you find your own perfect pieces regardless of budget. Welcome to the luxury of less. Whether it's for the office or down the pub, a shirt is one of the most versatile items in a guy's wardrobe. So, in this episode, I'm going to be visiting Turnbull Asser. Fine shirt makers since 1885, they've put shirts on the backs of movie stars, prime ministers, and royals, as well as a host of James Bonds. Being pretty 007 myself, I went straight to the top, meeting shirt oracle Dean Cole at Turnbull Asser HQ. As their head of product, he was exactly the man I wanted to talk to about achieving classic shirt style.
What's the difference then between a really high quality shirt and a low quality shirt?
You often find the lower quality shirts are chasing the fashion trends. So you end up looking great for that season, but then after that it's like, wow, I can't really bring that out of my wardrobe again. If you're going to invest, the best thing to start with is a classic white shirt.
Of course.
Because it's seasonless and you can wear it whenever.
For you, what is the single one most important thing to get right on a shirt?
If I had to choose the most important, I would definitely say fit. It's got to be. Don't get something that's so slim that it looks great on one night out, but then when you have to breathe out after you've spoken to the girls in the nightclub, then it's a bit more tricky.
I'm guessing it has to be functional as well as like sexy, right?
I think that's the thing, fit and fit for purpose. One tip from me to people when they're trying on a shirt is to obviously try it on when you're standing up, but actually also try it sitting down, just to make sure you have got enough room.
Do you see any common mistakes that guys make on the street?
I've made a lot of mistakes myself. I guess one of the big ones for me is collar shapes. Taking time to find a collar shape that suits your face.
There are 3 different types of collar. A spread collar will suit you if you have a thin face and neck. If you have a wide face, go for a point collar, which is slimming and should be worn with a slimmer knot. And finally, there's the button-down collar. This style is best worn undone, making this shirt great for a more casual style.
What makes one of your shirts worth the investment?
I think that's a question that we're asked quite often. What you find is, as with any article of clothing, you get what you pay for. The highest quality, we're talking about Sea Island cottons, have been grown in their own microclimate. So they're very unique.
Okay.
They actually improve in terms of handle the more that you wash them. So as other yarns, inferior yarns will deteriorate, something like Sea Island cotton will actually become softer to the handle and become really beautiful to wear. Everyone looks at a bargain and thinks, wow, that's great. But you will see that our shirts, over time, work out cheaper.
Of course, cost per wear.
Exactly.
Something I'm a big fan of.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Cost per wear, that's a good one. I'll have to start using that.
The coat I'm wearing today, I've had it for about 3 years. The amount of times I've worn it, it's now cost me probably like £2 per wear. It's a bargain.
Getting that coat back on again, I headed outside the M25 to discover how these shirts are actually made.
Oh, it's squishy. Oi, hello. Hello, welcome to a field in the middle of Gloucester. We are a little bit lost. Somewhere around here is the Turnbull Asser factory. Clearly, this is not it.
I eventually made it to meet twins Bet and Kathleen. With more than 70 years service between them, they know everything there is to know about making shirts fit for, quite literally, a king.
I was expecting loads of machines when I turned up. I thought it was going to be robots, but there's actually just people at sewing machines.
Our machinists are seamstresses. They are not machine operators. We do not believe in automation.
So do you think kind of the man hours and the skill from the people who make the shirts, that's what makes these shirts more expensive?
Of course, and the design and the training that goes into making the shirt, to my mind, the best shirt in the world.
Wherever in the world that shirt ends up, it will start life here as part of over 30,000 metres of fabric. It will then go through around 30 pairs of hands during its journey of creation, which can take anything from 40 minutes to 4 days via fabric handlers, pattern cutters, sewing experts and dedicated shirt pressers. I discovered that each seamstress has a specialist skill. Sleeves are tricky and collars are an art.
You guys were boasting earlier saying that a button would break before it came off.
It does.
Kind of want to try it.
Go on then.
Okay. It really won't come off.
It won't come off.
And I'm really strong. That's not going anywhere.
It won't come off.
Wow.
I've actually had buttons into repair from a very famous person who...
Who was it?
No, I'm not going to say. Right, Prince Charles, actually.
Ah, there you go.
But who's got the circle of the material missing, and I've had to do a forced patch over the thing because the button's still attached to the piece of material.
Surely Prince Charles can just
But
get a new
there's
shirt, though.
Why, when you've got people who can repair it?
You've worked with some pretty incredible people, and now, of course, me.
Yeah.
Although I haven't got one of your shirts.
Who is he? I don't know, we'll Google when we get home. Yeah, we'll Google him when we get home. Yeah.
You too.
Reluctantly, and after some fond farewells, it was time to head back to London, where people definitely know who I am. Back in the capital, I headed to Jermyn Street, home to a number of the finest shirt makers in England, and the site of Turnbull Asser for over a century. I popped in to see how the shirts shape up on the shelves.
It's my size, 15.5. If you're interested, want to get me a shirt? We saw them make this one. They said they'd always put the buttons and the buttonholes along the black line here, and apparently underneath it should also be on the black line. And so it is. More shirts in there. Oh, God, I thought I'd broken it.
I'm here to chat to Liam Devaney, who's worked in this flagship store for 18 years, about why he thinks great quality shirts are really worth the investment.
Why is it worth paying £300 for a shirt?
They last. And they last because they've been well made. They've been well made in our workrooms by our team.
We saw that.
The other answer to your question, the other part to that answer, is the quality of the yarn. It's not rocket science. It's not hogwash. It's not a spin. It's the truth. It's how it is. It's what the product does.
Oh, yeah, you can genuinely tell the difference.
Yes, which is why we encourage people to recollar their shirts, not throw them away.
Of course.
Because the body and the sleeves are lovely to wear.
Yeah.
But imagine how this is going to feel after 35 washes. Start to feel like butter.
I was not
Wonderful.
expecting that difference at all. You genuinely can feel it. So essentially, the reason you're paying more is because the material costs more in the first place.
Yes.
Is better.
Yes.
And the man hours that go into it, and you know the skill of the people who make the shirts.
Yes, it's the skill. They're our own workforce in our own workrooms in Gloucester, made by a team of people who some have been there for 50 years. Their skill level is outrageously high.
I worked in a shop once where I was altering jeans.
Indeed.
And I got banned from it because I ruined so many pairs of jeans. So
It's
it's
a
a real skill.
Yes.
I feel like you're done a Darren Brown on me. You've just kind of really hypnotised me. Now I feel like I need all of these shirts.
If you've been similarly affected, here's my buying guide to help you along.
Well, we have had a lot of shirt-related information in this video, so if I were to break it down for you to give you a buyer's guide, I would have 3 main points. The first one is to consider shrinkage. When you wash a ready-to-wear shirt, it will shrink by about 5% in its first wash, so don't get it too tight. Next would be to go for 100% cotton. If you're going to be a real connoisseur, then go Egyptian cotton because it lasts longer and wears better. And finally, play it safe to start with. Get yourself a really nice crisp white shirt and a light blue before you start thinking about checks and stripes. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you'd like to see more from British GQ, then click on my very well-dressed friend right here.
Next time, I'll be talking watches with expert makers hidden high up in the Swiss mountains.